think we're live on Facebook. Welcome, everybody. All right, wait a second for Mickey. And if anybody else is out there, give us a shout out on Facebook. This is being live streamed on my own personal page, as YouTube or Facebook will not let me post it to the group any longer, which is crazy. Mickey is coming along. She's almost on altogether. It's been an interesting morning. Very interesting. Hello, Mickey. You're coming
Hello,
up.
everyone.
There you go. You were coming up
Okay.
very slowly, but there you are. Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Hello, everyone.
We are live, and I've been telling people, I'm like, it's been quite the morning already. Time is just speeding up and passing us by like crazy.
Yeah, it's wobbling in its constancy. Does that make sense?
Kind of does. It's like the Earth, right? We have
Yeah.
that wobble. Yeah.
Our awareness of the day as it goes along, we're used to a certain feeling,
Yeah.
and it is either really speeding up or it's really lagging behind. So I'm very aware of this back and forth, back and forth. Gives you an unsteady feeling, sort of. I mean, there's nothing wrong, quote
No,
unquote,
no, no.
but but
But it took us 9 minutes to get on here together.
yeah,
You
and we
know,
didn't have 9 minutes.
it's just one of those things. I want to
It is.
shout out. I see Gail is online. Hi, Gail.
Hello, Gail.
And please
Oh,
feel free. I am kind of monitoring Facebook. I try to watch it except during the meditation, and I try to, answer questions or I read your comments. So whatever you would like to say, we will try to get it on in the most timely place we can.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a weird day.
It, it
In 10 words or less, it's a weird damn day.
It is a weird day. And to boot, I'm having allergy issues. So
Yeah.
I've been coughing and sneezing and so excuse me for that. I feel pretty good right now. I closed all the windows in the house and I don't have the air conditioning on now, but I don't have any outside pollen coming in either. So
Well,
it's helping a lot. Yeah.
it's a strange damn day.
So can we expect more strangeness? Of course we can.
Yes, we can. Now, I am not this up to this very moment informed because I didn't check today. I mean, like I said, it's a strange day. I didn't do my little preliminary thing to take a look at what the moment is. But we are in a very strange time. Now, it's the fact that it's the new part, we're getting a shot now
Mhm.
at putting some positive thoughts out there. Um, I've had little lessons show up in the last 2 weeks that we've been apart where the constant message was, as I was trying to say, okay, what's the next wisdom? What's the next thing I need to think about? What is the next lesson? What are the, and it just said, chill out for God's sake. But I just want to be prepared and I just chill out. that kept slapping me in the face and I kept being thrown off guard, didn't know what to expect, couldn't be as on top of everything as I like to be. Well, that was the message, was that we can talk about what we believe. We can talk about the basis from which we're going to fly all our intentions, and we're going to set up our belief system, we're going to clean it up and make sure that we're projecting the right thing and blah blah blah. And the deal is, the lesson kept coming, I mean, more than 10 times in the last 2 weeks. Whether you do anything or not, you are still living a version of yourself. You are still living an incarnation. You are still who you are. I am that I am where you am it all the time. Whether you're consciously doing something to enhance it or not. You don't have to. And we set up all these things. We talk about our intentions. This is part of it. cycle where you set all that up. But the thing is, it's so much more important to not have any guilt about what you're not doing, quote unquote, than to not be doing anything. It's very, very important that if that's what it takes, then stop worrying about you didn't write your list of intentions and you didn't stop to figure out what you were going to project and blah, 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 blah. It's crap. The deal is just because you have you've got the toolbox, you can set up your own reality. Yes, blah, blah, blah. But you did set one up, and that's why you're here. So if you choose to edit your path the way you laid it out, if you choose to edit it, great. And you have all the tools to do that. That's what the message is about. Sethian thing is, hey, you can exert some control. That's great. But guess what? If you don't, you're still here and you're still sending feedback to all that is. You're still exhibiting what it's like to be a certain person. That's all you got to do. We're doing what we're supposed to do. Now, if you choose to come up with all these other ways to enhance that, and oh, I know a better way to do it, and oh, I want to explore this way of doing it, that's all great. But the message today is, so what if there's no message? So what if there's no whatever? So what if there's no huge plan? So what? The thing is, you are the same magnificent creature that you've always been. And that's who you are. You're an absolutely fabulous spark from deity. Now you can decide what to do with that as you like. But that was the message. If you don't choose one, it's okay because that was a message too. You can't get away from being God. Okay, I listened to a discussion, a conversation, in the comments line, a whole long list of people talking, and the website it was on, the post and everything had nothing to do with what they were talking about. A whole bunch of very, very deeply conservative, right, religious people started tearing this host to bits because they weren't doing what God's will was and blah, blah, blah. The thing is, I was born. That was God's will. Now, taking it from there, you can go a lot of different directions.
Yeah.
But the deal is, I am that. I am.
I love that, Mickey. And I want to say, I am so sorry I was distracted, but there are people trying to find this.
That's okay.
And I have been trying to direct them. So Carol Sumler and Carol Corwin, hello. I'm glad to see you
Hi.
here. So I had to pin it to the top for people to be able to find it easily.
That's good.
So
Yeah.
anyway, we're always learning new things, and if you can't get on, then that's the right choice for that moment, just like
Right.
Mickey
You'll
was
be able to
talking
see,
about.
you
Hmm.
can see the recording. So what?
Right, right. So what?
Today
And
is the theme today is so what?
I kind of like that theme.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's new moon, we want to set our intentions for what we want to have in our future, our near future, our distant future, however future you want to go. But whatever your now is the exact right place to be. So that's where the so what comes in because your now is always the right place.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
And other versions of you, other doppelgangers of you are living out the other so what. So they're all being taken care of. You just aren't aware of some of the other ones right now.
If you look at the yin and the yang symbol, everybody's kind of familiar with that, right? There is no way to cut it. You can't cut across it in any direction at all without having a tiny bit of the other one in it.
That's true.
all right?
Hmm.
But it balances. If you move your ruler or whatnot around in it, you will have a different amount of each one, but it will always be balanced.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's what this message today is kind of about. Whatever way you choose to be at this given second, there are other versions of you that are going to be the other ways you could be. Whatever you choose not to be, another one of you just chose to be.
Exactly.
You
Yes.
can't not be who you are. This is what God made. This is it. You're it.
Right.
All of them.
And and why were we here? And that is to
Yeah.
be, to
That's all.
experience, to be.
That's
Um,
all. To say this is how it is to be this.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carol
And I can
Sumler.
change my mind and create a different now at any given second
Absolutely.
because that's what we're doing. We're choosing a now among billions
Hmm.
of,
Right. And as we learn, we're going to change our now.
and we change it every second. You choose what is it, 12,000, hundred
Yeah.
thousand, whatever.
Yeah.
But each
Exactly.
now is a lot smaller than we used to thinking of it.
Yeah.
We're making hundreds of thousands of choices within a minute.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Carol Sumler just said, "So what is a Bashar mantra?" LOL.
Yeah,
I did not know that either. And
I
I,
didn't either, and I've been indulging myself. I mean, up to my eyebrows in Bashar for the last few months or so.
well,
And I mean,
apparently we are,
hey,
this is something else I love hearing is these speakers are giving messages, and our own speaker higher selves are also receiving those same messages. Then when we hear these very public speakers giving the same message,
yes,
it is so confirming that we are so connected with the most highest of intelligence.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we're kind of cool.
Thank you, Carol, for that. That was a great thing. I
That was a
love that.
lovely thing to contribute. Yes,
Absolutely.
thinking about that for a long time.
So what? I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's today's message.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what I get from Abraham is get in the vortex, get in the
Yeah.
vortex.
Oh yes.
Right? Bashar is so what?
We're all talking about the same thing from a different angle, and I'm loving it. I get new angles every time I see someone new on Alex's, next level soul or whatever it is.
Yep.
He has a
Perfect.
whole list of folks to trot out, and it's wonderful hearing
And
all
there's
the different ways to think.
yes, and he's got years worth archived, and
Yeah,
he was doing something like one a day. Uh,
yeah.
he's not doing quite as many right now because he's doing some other things, and he's trying to do, and this is awesome, he is trying to do a new language every week. So he wants to have,
Ooh,
right, right. So he's trying to do, and I don't exactly know how he's doing it. I don't know
wow.
if he's finding people that are have spiritual things to talk about in their own language,
Visual
or if
language.
he's having them translated.
That's
Probably a
powerful.
little bit of both, but he has made it his life mission to expand this to the entire world.
Yeah,
And with the internet, it's so possible.
yes.
I love this. I love this. Yeah.
Wow. I have a question. And for the next month or so, I'm going to have a question every time I see you. I have something to tickle your brain.
Okay.
I made it into a meme that you could see, but I don't know how to get it on Zoom. So I will put it up on Facebook as a
Oh.
as a visual that you can see. But my question is, um, what is the happiest moment that you've ever had in your life?
Hmm. Hmm. Gosh, should it be the first one that came to mind?
Probably.
Isn't that interesting? Because I was little. The first thing that came to my mind was I I ran away, and
Whoa.
I must have been maybe 5 or 6. I was little. I remember I had my little doll carriage, and I had my dolls in there, and I had a drink, and I had cookies, and there was a older boy that lived across the street, and he went with me to keep me safe. And we crossed one road, and we ended up at this little neighborhood store. It was called Tony's, and we went like, and the railroads were right next to his store, so we were between the railroad and the store. And I remember we spent the whole afternoon, we had our drinks, we ate our cookies, and then he took me home. And I was at 5 years old, I was 100% free for that time.
Oh, that is fabulous.
Isn't that something? That, yeah, running away.
Oh, I couldn't believe it when you said that. I was running away.
I was. I remember, and I remember crossing the street and just feeling like a grown up. I could do anything. I could go anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah. And I have no idea how anyone felt, or even if they missed me. I'm sure they did, but I'm sure they did. But I have no recollection of anything that happened. I just came home and life was normal again. But that
That is
was
funny.
such a happy time that I remember.
Mm,
Yeah,
that is just wonderful.
interesting, huh?
Yes. Oh, gosh. Who else?
I
Oh,
know. I know.
looking at your Facebook file. Who else is here? Did you say Carol
Who's
and somebody
here?
else?
Carol Sumler, Carol Corwin,
Yeah, we have two Carols.
Gail Huddle is on. They're the only three that I can see right now.
Okay, well, Gail, Carol, and Carol, what was the happiest moment in your life? Now, for me, I can't say anything because there are three or four that just fight for prominence, so I don't know.
Hmm.
I have to kind of weigh that. But what is it for someone else?
When you first read the card for the first time, which one
Oh,
popped into your head first?
ooh,
All right, while you're thinking about that, Mickey, I'm going to read Carol Corwin's answer.
yes,
She said,
yes, tell me.
first thing that came to mind was when her dad bought, he brought a donkey home for her.
Oh my
Brought a
God,
donkey. So, Carol, how young were you? Were you very little, or were you a teenager?
that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I love them.
So, I do know that Carol grew up on a farm. Um,
Yeah, that is
oh,
wonderful. I
she
didn't
was
grow up on one,
she
but
was
I
10.
I had access, constant access, but I didn't grow up on one. That is a wonderful idea. I've always had this thing about donkeys. I just think they're so, well, my word is huggy. They're so, you always want to throw your arms around their neck.
Yeah,
They're a
yeah.
little bit softer and more cuddly than the horse's skin. You
Mm.
know, it's a lot tighter and thicker and so forth. But a donkey's kind of fluffy to
All
me.
right. So Carol Sumler, she says, I have more than one, but I think the first one is my father holding me up above him and laughing at me, and
Oh,
me looking down at him and laughing back.
oh my gosh.
I couldn't even walk at that time, but I remember it clearly. What a beautiful memory, and so
That's
young.
fantastic. Yes,
So
that's
young,
great.
you probably were around 9 months old or so. Gosh, most
That's
children
amazing.
walk between, a year and 6 months. So I'm sure you were under a year old. That's awesome.
That's bringing so many things to mind. Yeah.
Isn't it though? Yes. Yeah.
My father used to have me sit in his open palm and he would raise his hand up over his head
Oh.
with me on it.
Uh-huh.
And Now, as a grown up, when I think about that, it must have scared the living bejeebus out of my mom, who was standing by watching. As a fellow parent, I would have been out of my mind with fear. But I can clearly remember it, and I can clearly remember that I was absolutely relaxed and comfortable. I had no idea of fear.
Right. Right.
Daddy's got me,
We had great balance way back then too.
Yes,
Yes,
yeah,
we
because you completely relaxed. You weren't worried about falling. That's a wonderful idea. Oh,
Carol Sumler says, "Wow, Mickey, that is amazing." Yeah.
it's pretty scary when you think about it, though, as an adult.
Only from your
Yeah.
mother's point of view. Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
remember
having
stuff
a
like
fit.
that. My kids used to love it when I would lay on the floor and I would hold their hands and I would put my feet up
On
and
their tummy.
on their tummy and they would be like
That's right.
crying, you
I
know?
did that with my brother. He still talks
Absolutely.
about it. Yeah. I told him he was flying.
That's right. They
I'm
love
9 years
it.
older, so it was a perfect gap for me to bully him.
Yep, absolutely. Oh gosh. These are great memories. Great
Yes,
memories. Yeah.
yes, they are.
Carol is just laughing with tears rolling down. Right, those emojis, laughing with
I
tears. I
feel the
love it.
same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hadn't thought about that in decades. So, your memory brought so much of my memory back.
Absolutely. Isn't it funny how we went from a weird day to now we're having a wonderful day?
Exactly. I was
And
thinking about that too.
exactly. So when Mickey talked about, how many seconds we change our now, well,
Yeah.
it's changed it huge, huge.
Yeah. The vibe is so different. The resonance is totally
Absolutely.
different from where we started.
Yep. Just because you asked a simple question.
Yes.
Happiest moment. I love that.
Oh,
Yeah. So
and there's so many.
I don't see our friend Audrey on. Uh,
No, I noticed that.
Not yet, at least.
Hmm.
And
It's
you know,
just a weird day.
it is, and sometimes things get in the way because it's not the exact right time. I know that like this past week, I have been altered in my driving patterns, and it's like, don't go this way, go that way. Okay, well, why am I going this way? Now I ran into all this traffic, and I'm gonna miss something. Well, maybe there was something I'm supposed to miss.
Exactly.
I always think about that when I get that kind of weird guidance that goes against my normal thought pattern. I
Yes.
now know that that's my higher self, and I follow that. If at all possible, if I'm the one in the control.
I was thinking about that too, about the fact that I've gotten quite used to being in constant communication with either my higher self or some of my other probable selves or whatever, or even other people channeling in. And I've gotten so comfortable with that I kind of forget that other people don't necessarily do those things. So when I'm talking to people, I have to remember that they have no clue about how differently I do things or see things. So I
Mhm.
have to remind myself, I'm the weird woo woo lady. So,
You may be the weird woo-woo lady only because you're aware. Everyone else could tap into their same higher self, but the
oh, yeah, but
awareness isn't open yet, or they're not ready yet, or whatever.
this is not their time to do that. And so I have to remind myself that the thing I'm choosing, the path I'm choosing, is not necessarily the more highly traveled one. And so, you have to compare your path. At certain times, you have to compare it so that you know how to take what other people are doing. And, when you see there are other things, I'm working on something that Robert Grant said about, I can't paraphrase it completely, but it's the thing we keep judging things until we get to the point where we're not judging because the thing we're judging is no longer off to us. The less you judge, the less there is to judge. You get to the point where you're not finding things that are so different and fine. I mean, what you think may be different, but you're still you and I'm me and we're both human and I love you. So, you know, I withhold a lot of my judgment because it's simply a different path you're on. Now, it's not up to me to change your path.
Right.
That's where the crap comes in. Folks get enlightened and then they want to enlighten everybody else. That's not what we're supposed to be doing.
Hmm.
50 years ago, when I first got into all of the Seth and everything, and Bird and Silver Mine and stuff, at that point in my life, I was gung ho for learning, learning, expanding, expanding, teach me, blah, 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 blah. But that was my time for that. That's not necessarily when someone else is going to do it. And they may not ever. This isn't that incarnation for them.
Hmm.
So I can't, in my frustration that they're not on the same path, I can't judge that, well, they've got to grow up, they've got to learn, and they need to read this and they need to. No,
Hmm.
this is the message today. So what? I'm here and you're there.
Yeah,
So what?
that's
It's
right.
not for me to, ooh, and just, well, I'm glad that's not me. Are you? Should you be? Because there is no way to be that isn't being done.
Exactly. Right.
So, whatever one you're on, fine, shut your mouth and be glad about it, but leave them alone
Yeah.
because they're coming along at their own pace. I didn't design them and put them there. So then I have nothing to say about how they're doing it.
Right. What I have found lately, and I would say in the last maybe year, like it's been very lately, that most of the people I interact with do have the same kind of feelings that I have gone through the same kind of learning. Some of them faster, some of them slower, but they're on a similar path. They have
Yeah.
this similar feelings. And those that aren't, they don't even come around me so much anymore. Like they've
It takes
faded,
time though.
they've faded away.
Yes.
Yeah. So in saying that, there's less to judge, right? So there is less and less judging going on, and more
More
and more
resonance.
like-minded people that are in
Yeah.
the same vibration that I'm in are
Yeah.
around me. Carol has a comment. Carol Sumler. People tell me I'm a great listener because I just let them talk and I don't judge them. I just listen.
Oh.
Sometimes that's all someone wants. Oh wait, I have to
Mm-hmm.
expand this to more. Um, just to express themselves and someone to accept them as they are. It's not my job to control their life. I have no idea what they're supposed to do with their life.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. You got that.
Oh,
Really.
I'm liking this more and more. Where
Yeah,
have you
yeah.
been all my life? We're glad to have you.
Yeah,
You can.
yes, we are. I worked really hard to get her on.
We're going to have to be very careful because now we're attacking people that think.
I'm pulling them in. All right.
Careful, careful. I love it. I love it. I'm being facetious, but I love it. Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's
here we
beautiful.
so here we are, new moon. We're in the beginnings of the new cycle, setting those new intentions for the future. Um, are we coming up on any parts, like what is around us right now? Jupiter still in force? Um,
I'm pulling that up now.
oh,
The moment you said that, I started to pull that up.
you knew where I was going to go with this. I love the astrology part of all of this.
I know you do. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so much to it. I mean, it's
Well,
a lifetime study.
exactly. That's what I
Yeah.
was about to say.
Oh.
I've told the story before that when I was studying with Dr. Shin, um, he was 96. And I asked him, I was 24. I asked him, I says, Okay, now how long is it going to take before I'm good at this? And he stopped and thought for a minute. And he says, well, after the first 30 years, you'll start to kind of get the hang of it.
So those of us that started really late, boy, we're going to be older than him.
Hey, I thought he was being funny and he wasn't. And
I
now it's
I
50
understand.
years later for me. And he's right.
Yeah, yeah. Right, and back in those days, there weren't these fancy dancy programs. It was a lot of manual calculations and
Yeah.
doing the math and figuring it out by hand.
Well, the thing about now, as I mentioned when we last met, that was the full moon, and it was significant because it had this huge clump of planets all in one spot. And then that wasn't to say that there was nothing in other houses, because then just below it would, you had like one, two, three, four, five, six planets in one house, and then you had three, and then you had two, and then you had one. So, you know, you when you look at it, well, some people are calling it a bucket because it's all the planets in a little array with
Okay.
one off by itself at the top.
Hmm.
Um, it's about everything being extremely concentrated, but on a mental scale. This is all about your thoughts. Everything in your life is trying to get your attention and say, okay, how do you really feel about this? And think about this from everything's in Gemini right now, in that one seventh house it's crammed with folks in it. Um, but then the other house that's crammed is your house of chances you take, and that's has to include children because they're one of the greatest chances you ever take.
Right.
You know, um, so it's a little bit complicated because there are issues of ego and your importance, but it's all you're becoming aware that it's all about the mindset. It's all mental stuff. There are issues about what you love that's pretty and interesting, and your partnerships, because this is all happening in the house of partners. Now, you're going to be extremely tempted to go out and have an affair. And that's reinforced by the fact that the house of affairs is also full of energy. So be careful, folks out there. If you've got a partner, don't fall for the crap, because this is one of the most significantly enticing times I've ever seen.
Hmm.
You've got one, two, three, four, five, six different opportunities that all come up. Okay, that's pretty significant. And there are three friends on the outside poking at that, saying, "Yeah, yeah, go on. Nobody knows." But now I'm being somewhat facetious. It is true, but that house of partnerships doesn't necessarily only mean affairs. It doesn't only mean partners that you like, a man or a woman that you like better than others. It's also any kind of partner. So anything you do in conjunction with other people is going to come to the forefront.
Hmm.
If you have the issues in your life that require you to work with others, have a lot to do with you've agreed with someone that the two of you are going to do something and so forth, and we're going to take on this project, etc. It's that kind of partnership that comes out. So something along those lines, whatever you have where you're in conjunction with others, that's going to come up and it will want your attention. Now, luckily, uh, it's going to come up in a nice way first. You'll have four times that it comes up real nice, but then you're going to be followed by four times when it kind of goes sour. So this is a very ripe sort of 2 weeks coming up. I don't think I've ever seen one like this.
So the wobble that you talked about in the beginning, that is still true. It
Exactly.
is that wobble is going to continue for the next 2 weeks at least.
Right. There's an angle that the planets get in with each other where they wow, this is working so well. Everything starts to be easy with your help, the two
Hmm.
planets say to each other. But then within a couple of days, they're like, oh, why did I agree to do this with you? If only I had just done it myself. So the two things will ricochet back and forth. The strongest, most positive symbol we have is a pyramid, a triangle. Okay. The threeness is the
Hmm.
most positive. And the squareness, four-sidedness, is one of the most conflicting and demanding. So you're going to get four times of this real great stuff comes up with partners and discussions, and it works out pretty well. But then you're going to have four times when it's not, when it's very conflicted.
Hmm.
So kind of look at what's going on because Gemini is definitely of two minds. It's where you get one thing and then, well, I think of so and so and so, but then when I think about it more, I realize that blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of the chewing of the thing back and forth, but it's all mental,
Hmm.
you know? Your good fortune, it's what you think about as things that are going to be good. The things that are unusual and kind of quirky, that's because of quirky things that you're interested in acquiring. Okay. That's, the influences for the next 2 weeks are pretty confused, but they're going to keep your attention. It's all about the mental part of applying any of this energy. Sun energy is ego, but it's in a mind frame sense. Venus energy is all about what's beautiful and loving in a mental sense. What ideas are beautiful and loving. So whatever the planet is and what it stands for, it's going to manifest through ideas. You see, so you're going to have a lot of ideas about where you want to go after this. You've got 2 weeks to put it out there. And at that point, then it'll be the 2 weeks of it trying to come through.
Right, right.
You see?
Carol said, thanks for the caution. She has professional people working at her house.
Oh, well, look forward to the fact that it's all looking really great and you kind of similar minds, but then you will have some conflicts about, well, I thought you meant this, and I thought, in another case, well, you can't have this unless you get that. And,
Mhm.
opposition, we talked about trines and squares, but there's also oppositions. And an opposition is where you have two planets exactly across from each other. Well, this planet says you can have such and such, and the other planet says, but I say you can have such and such. And the problem is you can't have both. You got to turn one loose. In order to reach over as far as you need to go, for this one, you got to turn this one loose, and vice versa. If you reach for this one, you got to turn this one loose. So that's going to come up too, but it's going to be about your job. It'll be work related in that sense.
Okay.
It'll have to do with employees, where you've got to make a choice to do one thing or the other, and you got to turn one loose.
Hmm.
So that's just outside the realm of what we were talking about. But it's a lot of mental issues right now,
Yeah.
all mental stuff.
But isn't everything that the one thing that Seth said that impressed me so much is that you always have thought before you have matter. So everything
Yeah,
is mental before it becomes reality.
yes, that is true. It's in a different sense, though. Um, what we're talking about now is if you consider all the different things equally, the way you're speaking of, it's talking about the different planes of existence that constitute whether or not it even becomes physical. You get thought first, and you get the spiritual idea, and then you get the thought that creates the reality of the physical. So you got the three
Right.
things:
Yes.
spirit, and then man, and then reality. But um, that's on different planes. You know what I mean? What I'm speaking of is mental things that we're doing in this plane. We're all here. We're physical and we have a brain and we're having thoughts.
Right.
At the point you're speaking of, before we create existence, we are not thinking thoughts because we don't have a brain. We're constituting, we're making things happen from a different part of the mental realm.
I see. Yep.
It's not the physical mental realm. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah. If you think about all that is creating with thought, all of
Yeah,
us, so that
yeah.
we could create more scenarios, like
We're
taking,
speakers.
taking
We're
your
little,
example, if we choose to take this side and we have to let this side go, we have to know that another us is going to take that side and let this one go.
yeah, but that's just another moot point
Mhm.
about how reality works.
Right. And it
There
doesn't
are,
mean, don't, it still means choose wisely. Choose the way you want your future to go, your path to go.
yes, yes. But now what I'm saying is this is all for the you that you are, not you choosing something and then that thinking about what the other you would choose just because they get what you didn't choose.
Hmm.
No, this is talking about our now here on earth in reality, in our physical reality,
Hmm.
that right now the sky is saying something will come up in terms of those that work for you or on your job, etc. In that work environment, something's going to come up where you have to make a choice to, in order to have one thing, you have to turn loose another. If there are five options, you can only have one, then you've got to do that. You see what I mean?
Hmm.
It's like winning a contest. Yeah, but you have to pick one prize or the other. You can't
Right.
have them all.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing I'm talking about.
Okay. All right.
But we're speaking of this physical realm, not the dynamics of how the mental realm and the universal realm and all those other dimensions. We're not talking about multidimensional. We're just speaking of in the reality of now, right now, the sky is saying certain energies are out there pulling, you know, the sun is pulling for your attention about your ego and about who you are and how you see yourself. The moon is saying, yeah, but I want you to understand my emotions. But Mercury is saying, yeah, but look, this is all going on in Gemini, and I'm the one who's telling you about the thoughts. That's the sign where I do my best thinking and blah, blah. So each planet has its own agenda. That's different because that's in the house where all the partnerships are and the conversations that have to do with declared enemies, for instance. These are open enemies. These are not people who are sneaky. These are folks who say, well, I don't really agree with you on such and such, but we do have to work together.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
okay. It's all right for them to be different. Everybody's not going to agree with you and see things your way. So this is all about those instances. And it's crammed with things that are going to bring that up. We got 6 planets in there, folks, right this minute. Six.
These I've heard some astronomy people talking about, during this new moon, you can
Yeah,
actually see them in a
they're
row.
lined up. Yeah,
They're
for
totally,
real, in the
yeah,
sky. They're lined up.
yep. Craziness. Yeah, it is.
It is, yeah. And with that in mind, you kind of need to stop and think before you speak.
Yes. I love that rule. Take a breath.
Okay? It's
Pay attention.
very much more important right now
Yeah. Think
because you don't want to misspeak and end up saying something that will have a lasting effect that goes on, keeps repeating. And
Mhm.
that could happen too.
Yeah.
A couple of little things out there kind of say, watch yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just Carol's right. Be the listener.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And there are abrupt things financially that could suddenly set you back. That's a whole different house, but it has a bully thing in it. So
Huh. Okay.
Pluto, the planet that's been trying to really cause a lot of crap, it happens to be in the house of money right now. So
Oh,
careful, careful.
how interesting.
You
Because
will be very tempted to spend money on something that you don't need. You're just afraid that the opportunity to get it isn't going to repeat. Careful, careful, because it's a misguided urge.
really,
Yeah,
oh boy, you are just hitting home with me today, Mickey. Friday, I already have my order in to.
go, go,
Yep,
go.
yep, 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 yep. Big, 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 big things. Anyway, we'll see what
Well,
happens.
you gotta be very careful with that because
Yeah,
that's gonna pull on you for another little while.
yeah.
Um, it's a very slow moving thing that's happening to leave you open like that. And like I said, careful, careful.
I love the caution. Thank you so
The
much. Love the caution.
problem is that right now we don't want to hear all of these things. We're full of ideas. Like I said, this is all about fabulous ideas that come up. Well, when it comes to this, I could do that. And then over here, I can do this with that. Oh, and I never thought about it before, but I could solve that. But the problem is that we're not listening to the warnings that come about the fact that all this stuff is coming down on you.
Hmm.
Okay. Yes, your head is full of all these new ideas and how to approach this and how to do that. There are people in your life, like I say, who you have dealings with who are going to be coming to you with ideas about doing it this way and doing it that way. And slow down, just relax. Remember that the real message is so what?
Well, I'm gonna call this one. So what?
It's
uh,
deceptive. It's very deceptive because it's so seemingly balanced.
yes. Yeah.
But that's just that it's a crowd. It's not necessarily balanced. It's just a whole lot of voices telling you what to do. And they all feel that they're valid.
Of course they do.
And you're going to want to fall for hearing that.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
but it's the sun. But it's, yeah, I know. It's just another planet.
Yeah. I hear you there.
So these times, this one is ticklish. It's very ticklish this time because you really are getting admonitions to stop and think
Hmm.
because you're thinking so much, because everybody else is trying to tell you something else to think about,
Mm,
but they have an agenda.
yeah.
Okay, so do you. Keep your eye on yours longer than you keep your eye on theirs.
Right. Right. And this is why, I get into some quiet time. It's like turn the
Yes.
TVs off, just sit, just listen to the voices, listen to the nothing, be in the void.
Hmm.
Try to get yourself into that vortex that Abraham talks about. Just
Right.
take a couple of deep breaths. And when you do have choices, listen listen to the feeling that you
Hmm.
have as opposed to the words.
Yeah.
Feel how that feels. Like something happened to me this week, and the feeling I had was so bad, yet
Oh.
my brain, my human brain said, "Oh, but you should do that. That would be the nice thing." And everything in me was like, this just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right." And I listened to the feeling, and I didn't just do it because I'm a Mr. Nice Guy. And I don't know if it was right or wrong, but I know that the feeling went away then. So I felt okay.
Oh.
So I think that, listening to, especially if it goes against my normal, the way I used to do things, because things are very different now for me.
Very.
Yeah. And I I don't immediately react with a, I don't want to do that, or, oh, sure, whatever, come walk all over me, I'm fine. I don't do either one yet. I'm like, I need to think about it, I need to weigh it, I need to see how it feels and sit with it for a little while.
Hmm.
And that seems to be working a little bit better for me than having that knee-jerk reaction of either yes or no. It
It's
doesn't
more
matter.
important. These 2 weeks, it's even more important than before. That's a
Yeah,
good way
well,
to approach it.
and this is and they've been coming up about one every day. Like this week, it's like boom, 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 all yeah, go figure. Just what you're
So
talking
it's just going to intensify over the next 2 weeks.
about. And I'm trying not to just ignore them too. So like eventually they will need to be answered.
Mhm.
But for the moment, it's thoughtfulness. Yeah.
It's interesting because the things we were talking about, the influences and whatnot, that's simply what's up there in the sky overhead. It will affect each of us differently because we are our various signs, and among all the ones trying to influence us, if you're already a Sag, and Jupiter is one of the planets in that conglomeration we we're talking about, then the things that it brings are going to affect you more than the things that I said were coming from Venus or Sun, ego or Moon, emotions. That may not hit you as hard. If you're Cancerian, that part will hit you and slap you down almost because of the emotional increase. Or if you're Aries, that whole thing about ego issues with your partner, because it's the sun about the ego, but it's the house of partners. So you're about to have some real issues with your partner.
Well, those of us that don't have a partner, that's a good thing.
Yeah. But it would
Uh,
be other people that you have dealings with.
yeah, you're right. Right, like work, coworkers, things like that.
Right.
Carol says that makes sense to her. She wants to spend, spend, spend on stuff for her new house. I'll stop now. I have enough to get by.
That's funny.
I hear
Well,
you.
you can postpone the things. Use this as a fact finding 2 week.
Yeah. Oh,
All of
good
these
idea.
ideas, you see, it's all about ideas. Well, fine, we'll let the ideas flow. Just don't feel pushed to act on them all. You're
Right.
just gaining information. You're putting it out there. Literally, this is the new moon. It's all about putting out what your intention is. I want a lamp. I want a countertop. I want a blah, 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 whatever. But you gather the information because it's going to all come up. You'll be inundated with ads for just what, oh, I just, but be careful because the week after you succumb to it, you'll find it for half the price somewhere else.
So maybe this is a good time to start that journaling and make yourself some lists. This idea came up, that idea came up, and
Yes.
then in two
Keep
weeks,
track of
take
them.
a look
Yeah.
at what's there. And yeah, good
Yeah.
idea. Good. Well, what do
I'm
we
just
think?
chewing on fresh lemon.
Nice.
It makes me nuts. So I
Think-
love the smell of freshly cut lemon.
Nice. That looks like a zest. Like
It
not,
is.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
the smell of the skin.
Nice.
Mwah.
Nice. Well, you grew up in a place that had lemons right in your yard.
Yes, I did.
I've never
Citrus,
experienced that.
lemon, strawberries, blueberries, you name it. It was all there.
Nice, nice,
I
nice.
was gardening my teeth out.
Well, what do you think? You think we're ready for this journey?
I think so too.
I think this journey is going to be about setting these intentions for the future, however far in the future you want to go. But again, just not taking action right now, just setting what you want to see happen.
And I want to thank you too, you new people, for being new and being here with us because you really changed the energy. And I love it.
Yeah. Carol Sumler said, "Yes, I'll do that. Journaling is great."
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than people realize until they get involved.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Really.
resisted it for
I did.
years, and
Decades.
now I'm a pretty good journaler.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real important.
It is important. All right. Well, all right. So everybody just sit back and relax. Oh, Maddie is with us. Maddie, the dog. Anyway, sit back and relax. And just take a couple of deep breaths just to settle into our space. Actually, it also helps to create a unified space with all of us. And we are, some of us, coming from great distances. So let's take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. Good. Now I'm going to ask you to pay attention to certain parts in your body, and we're just going to start to relax. I'd just like for you to sit comfortably with your head supported and concentrate on your scalp and feel your scalp, your forehead. You can even wiggle it and crease it, crinkle it, but then just relax all the muscles, allowing all tension to just slide down your spine, all the way down your legs and down your feet and right out to Mother Earth. Beautiful. Now, the muscles in your face, your eyes, your eyelids, your nose, cheeks. Part your teeth just slightly, allowing your jaw to relax, your ears, and allowing all the tension that's being held in any of those parts to just slide down your spine and out to Mother Earth. Beautiful. And now concentrate on your neck, all the muscles in your neck that is holding up your head. Just let them relax. Again, letting all tension slide down your spine, right out to Mother Earth. And now concentrate on your shoulders. Let them droop down. Your shoulder blades, let them slide down your back like warm butter. Releasing all the tensions being held in your shoulders. Releasing all the tension in your arms, in your elbows, your wrists, your hands, your fingers. You can even shake your hands and your fingers to release any energies that is ready to go. Any energies that you don't need. Now focus on your chest. Feel it rise and fall. And just tense it a little bit and then relax. Relax your chest and your upper back at the same time. Letting all tension slide down your spine and out to Mother Earth. And now your torso, your soft belly, your lower back, allowing all tensions to be released from those areas. Right here, let's just take a deep breath in and out. Relaxing that soft belly. And now your hips. Release all tensions from your hips, your buttocks, and your thighs, your knees. Oh, clear those knees. Your knees help you to move forward in life. And here during this new moon, we want to move forward in our life. So release the energies that are there. Let them slide down your calves to your ankle, to your heel, and right out to the earth. And now relax your calves and your ankles and your feet. And wiggle those toes, allowing all the energy to just go out to Mother Earth. Now we are completely relaxed. And I would like for you to envision a beautiful white light that is coming from the universe down into your crown, the top of your head, and it is filling your head with beautiful white light. This is protective white light from the universe. It is unlimited, and it is always there for you to access. It is healing, and it is protective. Allow this energy to keep coming in your crown, and it is moving all the way down your central channel. Feel it pass by your third eye, awakening that to your all-seeing self. Down a little bit further to your throat. It is aiding and assisting clear communications. Down a little further to your heart center. This is protecting your loving space where all of your joy, happiness, gratitude all live. All those good warm feelings. And now feeling this beautiful white light energy travel further down to your solar plexus. Oh, the place where your soul resides. Your truth, your power is there. And it is protected, and it is safe, and it is healed. And this energy is going down a little further to your sacral. And this is the area of partnership, of sexuality, and also of creativity. Feel the protection and the love and the beautiful light of the universe filling that area. And now reaching your root. And this is your connection to the earth. It is your grounding. It is your physical surroundings. This is where your home is made, and you are felt very safe. And this is protected, and it is full of white light. And as it travels out of your body, it connects to the earth. And you can also at this time bring up the earth energy. And this earth energy comes up first through your root chakra and your soul and your sacral chakra to your solar plexus, to your heart, and feel these together. Right? You've got the universal energy of white light, and you have that beautiful connection to the earth, and they meet. And then the earth energy continues up past your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown. And you are full, absolutely full of the two most important energies that you can have: universal light and Mother Earth energy. And feel it swirl like a dance within your body. Let's just rest in this for just a moment, feeling these energies circling around, doing their dance together, filling every part of your body. Take another deep breath in and out. And know, with each deep breath we take, we go deeper and deeper within ourselves. Now, I would like for you to say to yourself silently and visualize the number 3 times, and the number 2 3 times, and the number 1 3 times with each in-breath and out-breath. And I will talk you through this. So take a deep breath in and say and visualize 3, 3, 3. And another deep breath in, 2, 2, 2. And another deep breath in, 1, 1, 1. Beautiful. And know that you are in a deeper part of mind right now. And I would like for you to visualize that we are standing at the top of a staircase with a beautiful wooden handrail to our right and carpeting on the steps. And there are 10 steps, and we are at the top. And we're going to walk down these steps very slowly, going deeper and deeper into our heart space, going into our meditation area and our lab. So join me as we go down the steps. 10, 9, 8, going deeper and deeper. 7, 6, deeper and deeper. 5, 4, 3, deeper and deeper. 2, 1. We are now in our meditation. This is such a comfortable place to be. And look around, you've created this. There is a beautiful fireplace or a candle, whatever you wish. There is comfortable lounging furniture. There is our quantum door, windows as you see fit, and there's a door to the lab. Let's go into the lab at this point. So as we enter our lab and we look around, we see that our desk is there with our chair and our 2 screens, which we're going to use in a little while. But first, I'd like for you to go to your healing table and just lay down on the table. Get yourself situated there. Beautiful. Pillow under your head, maybe a pillow under your knees. We're going to take a little time to do some healing work on ourselves. Right? We've just been absolutely flooded with universal energy and with earth energy. We are full at this time, and it's still pouring in from both ends. Feel this energy. Your fingers may be tingling, your skin may be tingling. You may have thoughts, you may feel heat, you may feel a coolness. Anything you feel will be exactly right for you at this time. Now, I want you to ask, if you feel it's right, your higher self, angels, spirits, guides, beings of light, ascended masters, teachers, anyone you see fit to ask to assist you with your healing, to assist you with guidance on how to heal yourself, or that they just be there to heal you. Your higher self knows everything about you, knows all of the things that might need healing about the past, the present, and the future you. So I'm going to give us a few minutes to just go through healing our own body, always feeling that energy coming in our crown and coming up through our root chakra. So we have the earth energy and universal energy. And we have all our guides with us. And let's complete this beautiful healing for ourselves. Receive more energy. Receive the vibration that is either matching your vibration or raising your vibration. Feel yourself becoming lighter vibrating at a much higher speed, feeling so much lighter that you could just float above the table. As you're floating above the table, if you had any pain, it is now gone. Floating above the table, whatever illnesses you have is just melting away. You are leaving anything that you don't wish to keep below you. The earth will just absorb it and transmute it into energy. As you float above the table, everything that you want to leave your body, your physical body, it is just dripping away from you. It's almost like you're a rain cloud, and you are nurturing the earth with these raindrops that you are leaving. And in turn, your body is healing. Your body is being made new again, fresh again. Your cells are being regenerated as brand new cells, perfectly formed in just the right way. And allow this process to continue until the rain stops. Now there's less and less. Instead of a rainfall, now it's just a couple little drops. It's slowing down, and you are floating higher and higher above this healing table. Now ask your guides that are below you to just wipe off the table, clearing any last remnants of anything that you have released. Just wipe down the table so that it's dry and fresh. This is a new start, a new beginning. This is the beginning. Now, as you take some more breaths, intend that you float down towards the table ever so gently until you can feel the table holding you. And then sit up, dangling your feet over the edge, wiggling your toes and fingers. And notice how you feel. Notice inside your body that it is clean and cleared, and the energy is vibrant and it's colorful. You have all the colors of the rainbow within you, and these colors are so beautiful, and it makes you feel beautiful, and you smile to yourself as you feel light and airy, just like you did with that first memory of your happiest memory. Remember that. And I want you to remember how you feel right now. Clean and clear and light and full of light and energy. Notice how you feel. Notice how you feel inside. Notice how your skin feels. You can take a drink of water. There's a glass close by that you can reach. Take a little drink. And then ever so slowly step down, and let's go over to our chair and uncover our two monitors. All right? So meet me over there. Now there are beautiful velvet covers over both of your monitors. I would like you to remove the cover to the one on the right, which is your manifesting monitor, and then uncover the one to the left, which is your clearing monitor, and intend that they both turn on. Beautiful. Now, I would like for you to think about the healthy you, the healthy you. And I would like for you to visualize and see the healthiest you show up on the screen to the right. Now, is this healthy you maybe jogging or running or walking or dancing or working out at the gym? What is the healthiest you look like? What does your figure look like? What kind of clothes are you wearing? I would like for you to manifest that perfect you on the screen to your right. Now, if you manifest something and then you have another thought of something that's better, I want you to just swipe to the left and it will show up on your deletion screen, your clearing screen. And then you can just swipe that, gone, and then manifest the better you on the screen to the right. And when the best you is there and you see it and you know it, that is your intention for you. And that is what you're going to work towards. And you can dial that in and you can save that perfect you. So let me give you a few moments to just intend the perfect you, what you look like, how you speak, how others speak about you. Beautiful. Now dial that best you in and save it. And now I would like for you to visualize the best spiritually connected you there is. Now, this spiritually connected you may look many different ways, possibly ways I can't even think about. The spiritual you could be meditating, could be praying, could be walking in a forest, walking along the beach. But this spiritual you is connected to the divine, listening to the divine. Visualize this perfect you that is spiritually connected. And when you are ready, save that channel. And now I would like for you to visualize and create on your screen the you that is in the center of your family and friends. What is the you that looks like when you have your family around you and your friends around you? What are some of the things you do? Some people have big dinners. Some people go out to the movies or do activities together, go out to the park. What does the you look like that is surrounded by wonderful family and friends? Create that picture and dial that into your screen. That is beautiful. Dial it in. Now, I would like for you to create a visualization on this screen of you with your perfect mate. Now, this mate could be someone that you are currently with. It could be someone that you were with and that person is either no longer with us or has passed, or it could be someone that you don't even know. But the perfect mate with you, put that on the screen. What, and this is what you look like. This is how radiant you look with that love around you. When you get it just right, dial that one in. And now, I would like for you to visualize yourself as the successful you that you are. So, whatever it is that you would like to achieve, I want you to see yourself as have already achieved it. Now, no matter what this is, if you want to achieve not smoking, or if you want to achieve being successful in business, if you want to be achieved as being successful in love, whatever it is you are trying to achieve, if you are trying to be an artist, if you're trying to be a musician, just I want you to imagine and put on that screen. And remember, this screen, you could have movies up there. So I want to see yourself moving. And you're going to be the most successful you that you can imagine. So again, what kind of clothes are you wearing? What are people saying about you? How successful you are. You have achieved everything you set your mind to. You are successful. You are dressing as you are a success. You walk with your head high and your back straight. You are tall. You are successful. Imagine that successful you. Get it on that screen and dial that one in. Make sure you save all of these. And this successful you probably will contain all the other yous that built up to the best you could be. Now I'm going to give you a few minutes and you can go back and you can change some if you like. You can tweak some if you like. Remember that you have your deletion screen or your clearing screen. But make sure that when you are done, you save the best you in all of those conditions. The healthy you, the spiritual you, the strong you with friends and family, the strong you with your perfect mate, and the absolute successful you. And let's rest in this one for about, 4 or 5 minutes. Now make sure that you save the perfect, most successful you, and join me back in the meditation. Now, standing in the meditation room, I want you to feel the most successful you, just like you saved on the screen. Feel the strong, healthy body, the clear connection to spirit, the fact that you have friends and family all around you that love you, and that you have the perfect mate and the feelings that go with that. You are the most successful you could be. You know how that feels. The strength, feel wonderful. I want you to really feel this in this meditation, because when we come out of it, I want you to remember these feelings and carry them with you in your normal walking life. All right? I am going to count to 5, and on the count of 5, you're going to be wide awake, your eyes wide open, feeling like you just had a wonderful nap with wonderful healing, and that this was a dream that you will remember and it will become reality. So here we go. 1, 2, coming up slowly, very nicely. 3, 4, remembering you will remember everything that we've been through. And 5, open your eyes wide open, feeling wonderful all over. All right, thank you for joining me in this meditation. Well, we are back. I am back. And for anybody that is on Facebook, just maybe have a little drink of water. I have a little drink. That was very deep. I was kind of surprised myself by the floating above the bed. That that was like the most amazing feeling, to feel like a cloud and just allowing everything to just melt off me. Like, wow. Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Mickey. Welcome back.
Thank you. Wow. That was
I
deep.
I have never been a cloud before. That was something else.
That
Woo.
was nice and deep and relaxing. I was gone.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'd love to hear from those that might still be on Facebook, or those that are watching us on YouTube later. Leave comments. Yeah,
I like playing the meditation back when I'm on Facebook. I go there and do just the journey. You know,
yeah.
I do that several times. Yeah.
Nice. Carol Sumler said, "Thank you, Kate, and thank you, Mickey." Well,
You're so welcome.
thank you for joining us.
Wow.
She said it was a beautiful meditation. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Wow. Definitely have some water.
All right.
Definitely have some water. I should probably warn people to have water near them. Oh,
It helps a lot, even just a sip. It
it
helps a
does.
lot when you come
It,
back.
it does. It does. It definitely helps to ground and
Yeah.
And how did, I mean, my body was just tingling everywhere. It was just like, and somewhere I felt or heard a clap of thunder.
Hmm.
And I don't know if it was real or not. What I do
I,
know is the dog didn't bark or anything.
yeah,
So I'm wondering, was it, did I really hear it outside or did I hear it inside?
I don't know. I didn't hear it. So,
It's very
I
interesting.
was
Right.
gone. I don't know.
Well, it was during the whole rain cloud part. So
Right.
is it thunder that I actually heard in my head, or is it something recorded? So I don't know, but it was startling to me.
That will be interesting to see when you go back and hear it
It,
again.
yeah, it will be.
Mhm.
Corwin said, you know, it was very relaxing and enjoyable. Thanks, Carol.
Yes.
Carol and I were supposed to be together having a business meeting today, and I said, "Oh my God, I can't. I have to do my I have to do my journey."
Yeah.
We put off our business meeting till next week. She's, thank you so much.
Very good.
I have so many little things in the, I mean, I'm now doing this part-time job and I am loving that. I did one live at her place and it was kind of amazing. Um, and we had people that came into the store and they're like, "Oh my God, we saw this live," and they knew exactly what they wanted because they saw it in the store and they came and they bought them.
That makes a big difference. That's good.
It was huge. I was
That's really
so,
good.
yeah, yeah. So, and they had never been in the store before.
That's a
So
nice
it
big,
was
it's a
very
huge store.
effective. Um,
Big.
Carol says she didn't hear thunder where she was. I'm telling you, I think it was in my head
Yeah, I didn't.
because the dog did not move. And that's what I thought about because I thought she would bark. And she barked in the beginning just so that everybody knew she was here.
Well, see, it's 11 minutes after 8 here. So the lighting is just beginning to go a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it's 3:11 here, but it is very cloudy out there. I don't think it's raining though. But anyway,
Yeah,
we were rain clouds, so who knows what I was hearing.
it was very bright and sunny here. It was lovely.
Nice day. Good, good.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think I'm having curry for dinner.
Oh, gosh, you told me that the other day too. I love curry, but I don't cook it well. So, yeah.
It's fun. It's very quick. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
Swish, swish, and.
I have a friend that makes the best curry chicken. If she's ever on watching this, Lorna.
That's what I'm making. Curry
Lorna,
chicken.
curry chicken, her curry chicken is just wonderful.
Mhm.
Oh, Carol Sumler said it's 12:12 where she is. So she must be
Wow.
in California? Where are you? Gotta be
Oh,
somewhere on the West Coast. California or Oregon or
you
Washington.
mean 12 noon?
Yeah, well, I don't know that. I'm guessing so
That's
because
what I'm
we're
wondering.
we're 3 hours difference. I don't know. We'll see. She'll hear us eventually. There's a weird lag when we talk to when they hear us.
Right.
Arizona.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
so Arizona. So you don't even do the time change. I don't think any of Arizona does it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, they stay Arizona and I do believe Hawaii. They stay regular time, whatever time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're 5 hours ahead of you, so.
But I don't know if they do daylight savings time all the time or if they do
Oh no, this
regular
is what
time
we
all
call British summertime. So,
the
no,
Okay.
yeah, it's like your daylight saving. So,
Okay. She said nope, she doesn't, they don't do it at all. So,
right.
yeah. Whew.
Well, it's like when you pour a drink and say, "Oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere."
That's right. And you know what? You know what I love about this? I'm like, here we are. We're in at least three different time zones that I know of, right? Of all of us, because Carol Core when she's in my time zone, and let's see who else was on. Gail's in our time zone too. So, So we're in at least three different time zones, but we're all hearing each other at the same time. That
Right.
that is crazy.
Well, it shows you, further illustrates the thing about how non-existent time really is. It's just the now. We each in our now, but they're at different times.
Yeah. Yes, and we do experience them differently. Yeah.
Hmm. I
Interesting.
like that.
I do too.
Makes it easier to understand.
It does. It does. And I never thought about it until I started doing these lives and they grew to the fact that they were international. You know,
Hmm.
when you're in your own little space and you say those words, they don't have the same kind of meaning as,
Right.
this. So awesome. Well, I hope that everybody got some great tips out of this talk
I
and
hope so too.
that you
I enjoyed it.
take that breath and before you take action, maybe even journal about what your potential actions are and think about
Yeah.
them before you jump on them. And know that this is happening to everybody around you too. So, using the example of Carol that has people working at her house, they could have things that come up too.
Right.
And then we have to deal with everyone else's reality. So
That's right. That's exactly what it means.
yes, it does. And that makes it one step just a little bit harder. We have to think about other people and how we need to work with them and that's key too. It's working with people. It's not against people. It's not, they don't have to work exactly like you. It's just meshing that together.
It's going to be an interesting new moon. Trust me.
It is. So the
Yeah.
actual new moon is, I think, tomorrow, really early
Tomorrow. Yeah.
morning, like
Tomorrow.
8 o'clock or so. Let's see, I'm sure I have it here. June 8. So for the East Coast, it'll be 8:40 a.m.
Hmm.
Um, so so get those intentions going. Go down into your lab and see that those yous that you created, that those are your intentions for yourself, right? We didn't talk about, making a car or a new house or anything. These are all things about you, your successful self. I love that.
Yes.
That was always one of that idea was in hypnosis, creating that special you, and that helps to continue whatever you're trying to attain. To
Hmm.
remember that every day. So nice. I like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're gonna sign off. We've been
Okay.
on almost what, an hour and 40, 2 hours. Oh my God, what was it? 1:30, 2:30? Yeah, an hour.
Close to 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So hour and 45 minutes anyway. So wonderful, wonderful being together. And I love you all. I hope, Audrey, if you're listening to this later on, I love you. And Martin,
Yeah. You were missed. We'll
very
catch up
much.
with you later.
But you know what? It kind of feels like I still feel the energy of those two.
Oh, of course. We're just always
Absolutely.
in
Yeah.
residence with them. We're used to picking up on
Yeah,
them.
but I definitely wanted to just mention them again. Carol says, thanks again. Hope everyone has a beautiful day. Thanks, Carol. You too.
Thank you.
Carol, and Gail. Did I miss anyone else? I don't think so. I don't think so. Wish everybody a wonderful day, a happy new moon, and we will see you for the full moon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.